church concession stand. All right, so here's the deal. Y'all still didn't listen. Did I not say hand to hand? I said, no, I said hand to hand, but nobody said anything. Why didn't you correct her?
Hand to hand.
Each card they go hand to hand. I said, must touch everybody's hand to hand, all the way around. Is that not what I said? So why didn't you correct your group? No. Stay right there, stay right there. So why, young lady, didn't you say something to the group?
She was already leaving, so.
No, I just hopped up here because my chair's closer.
She had a lot of confidence, so.
See, a lot of confidence. So then why did we follow the lead? Conflict? You didn't want to have conflict? Nobody want to have conflict.
I trust. Some of us just weren't paying attention.
So,
They missed that part.
they missed that part? All right, so we're talking about confidence and stepping up and whatever. That's the whole trick to the game. There's actually one more level where actually we're two groups, you'd be racing and trying to get it done. And every time I do this, the same thing happens. Quick one, ha-ha, we're done. then it's like, no, the real rules are around.
Yeah.
It's more strategy. The question is, why are certain people leaders and why are we following them? Why are we following her? Is it because she's the oldest?
Ooh, I'm sitting down.
When I had a job, when I started my job as an executive director for this particular organization, I was the assistant director. And my first job was to go out to our secondary unit and help rearrange the stockroom. Here's a little backdrop. Everybody out of this particular location were what we call retired government workers. They worked because they had to, I mean not because they had to, because they wanted to, they had nothing else to do in life, and the whole unit, the business unit, was structured to cater to the retiree personnel. So they had their own way of doing things. I'm talking, they weren't boomers, these were almost in the silent generation, Cold War age type people. This is who I was dealing with. My grandmother, your grandmother. This is what I was working with. So my manager sends me out there to help change the stockroom. Me, young and full of energy and vigor, I run in there and say, all right, we're going to change this today. I'm going to move this around over here, and I'm going to move this over here. Beautiful, beautiful job. They looked at me and like, look, the way we do things around here does not include what you just did. They did not support me one bit. By the time I was there maybe one day and I did a little bit of work, and they were nodding, As soon as I left, and before I get back to my headquarters office, they had already been on the phone to the director saying, you can't have him out here change this. My director brings me in, Mark, let's see. What had happened was, yes, I want you to make changes out there, but you just can't make them that fast. What do you mean I can make, am I not second in charge around here? Do I just get to go in here and make changes because they need to be changed? Come on, we need to be more efficient in what we do. No, you don't, really. And what I recognized at that moment was I didn't spend any time trying to get to know who I was dealing with and what I was dealing with and how I could integrate them to make them feel comfortable in the change, because change was a problem for them. So we need to understand when you walk into a situation, you may have the right answer. You may have the technique. In our group situation, you had the answer, but you were afraid to bring it up because we didn't know who we were dealing with. We didn't even know each other. So spending time with the culture you're working with is going to help you develop and become more effective. So, am I going to care to guess with the picture?
Respect. Look up.
No, get a fly outfit. Do you see this collar? Dress is important. No. Get mentored. How many of y'all have a mentor? That's awesome. Everybody should have a mentor. If you're in a workplace or planning to go, and you're even right now as you get out of your organizations, having a mentor does a couple things for you. It helps develop a support system during critical stages of your academic and career development. Like, you know, what's hot today may not be hot tomorrow. Somebody in the industry that you may be interested in is now telling you, you know what, it's shifting. I see a shift coming down the road, or you're going to need this extra skill set to be competitive in this market. You're not going to get that from reading Forbes. You need to know somebody on the inside who's going to watch over you, make sure you're doing the right things, and hold you accountable. Again, that communication piece. Navigate your career. Direct access to powerful resources behind. All right, so recapping the 5 tools are, everybody read them together, please.
Communication, get a mentor, be willing to teach, work hard and smart, and be open.
Remember, boys and girls, as long as your player completes their contract with their team, they owe you nothing. The wrong change. All right. That's all I have. So Mark Wiggins. You can get me on my website, markspeakerman.com. Speakerman.